All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all gonna have to ride and rock with Doc today. What is good? What is good? What is good? Of course, you know who I be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again, once again, blah, blah, whoop-de-doo. Like, sub, subscribe, y'all know the rules. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and get this one out the way real quick as I try to drive and try to knock out a couple of things all at one time. All right, I know I'm not in my best look, but y'all be all right. So, I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about something that is very important to me and something that I think is beyond important to note in reference to time spent in the Philippines. I will utilize this particular video to substitute my frequently asked questions Friday video because I think this is something that needs to be said. My experience in the Philippines will be different than yours, which means, shut up, I'm trying to record. What I'm trying to say is the Philippines is a live and learn type of experience. Again, the Philippines and time in it is a live and learn experience. So y'all gonna be like, Doc, what you mean by that, bro? Glad you asked. I say this time and time again, but I don't think people get it. My experiences in the Philippines, what I share on my channel, I try to provide as much information as humanly possible, but there is no absolute way that I can predict that what happened to me and what I've learned through my time is going to be exactly verbatim what I went through. You're actually going to go through it as well. So I can't sit here and tell you, well, man, if this situation happens, do this. Oh, okay, well, this happened to you, do this, because maybe your reaction, the way things happen, is probably going to be different in the reflection of what you get as a result. I hope that makes a little bit of sense to you guys. Basically, my experience is usually custom. Everybody's experience in the Philippines is usually custom. Again, there will likely be some overlapping things that we can share, which is what I like to put onto my YouTube channel or my platform. Maybe share a story and an experience that some people can actually relate to. But ultimately, the Philippines is a live and learn experience. I say that because there are a lot of guys, quite a few guys, that have probably never gone to the Philippines ever a day in their lives, but yet and still they will share in an opinion that they believe to be valid. Again, everybody is entitled to an opinion. Everybody should have an opinion, but I kind of feel like it will be hard pressed for me to believe that your said opinion is going to be factual if you yourself have yet to experience said opinion. You can't really share in an opinion or an experience if you haven't actually gone through said experience. Correct me if I am wrong. So because of that, I'm learning that I don't want anybody to come through under false pretenses. You know, I don't want you to come to the Philippines under any false preconceived notion. Everything that I share with you, I've been through. Everything that I've shared with you, I've gone through, or at least I know somebody who has gone through it. Right now, currently, I have a friend stuck in the Philippines. I'm gonna say stuck. Like he's somewhere out there in the provincial area. So traveling to a major city where he needs to go in order to get out is proving to be extremely difficult. This was his absolute first time to the Philippines. I think, if I remember correctly, he made this trip in March. He knows what I'm talking about. Salute to you, my brother. I'm glad to see that you're okay. He made this trip in March, first time, super excited, man. We talked online, he asked me a whole bunch of questions and stuff like that. Tried to provide as much information as I possibly could. Because again, I want to give you as much or arm you with as much information as I can through my videos, but I also want you to do your own due diligence. It's like the stock market, baby. I said I can tell you everything that I believe to be accurate from my own research and experiences, but again, you're gonna have to do your own thing sometimes. But my man, he was excited to come, but he realized that it's not always as peachy and as beautiful as it seems on the surface. It can get really gritty in the Philippines, guys. Hella gritty. And because of that, and because he's now forced to basically live through the experience, he's learning from the experience. Again, like I said, the Philippines is a live and learn experience. You're not going to have just my words to go on and expect it to go exactly like I say. And I try to encourage people not to believe in anybody and believe in what they say verbatim. So every time we talk now, he's like, yo, Mike, I appreciate everything you taught me, man. I'm learning a lot. And I mean, going through this experience, it let me further know what I am not going to do the next time I come around. there's a lot of what I will not do. Not what I will do, but a lot of what I will not do the next time that I come back to the Philippines. I got it, man. I know I didn't put my seatbelt on. I know I'm a dangerous driver, guys. I apologize. But I think that's where a lot of guys get misconstrued in reference to this whole fantasy about the Philippines. The Philippines can be one big fantasy, but when you're forced to deal with the underlying factors of said fantasy, that's when things start to get real. That's when shit starts to get real for me. And I'm like, yo, man, I love it. I love the Philippines. I will always come back to it because I enjoy the country. I did 10 years straight, so I understand the good, the bad, and as ugly as it could possibly get. But if you haven't given it the time, or you haven't even spent just enough time in there to really get your feel, not just your 2-week millionaires and they just popping it off and having fun, even though that's not a bad thing. But if you really want to say and talk about your experiences in the Philippines, I think you really have to experience the Philippines, guys. You have to experience it. And once you do, you're going to realize a lot of the negative things, or a lot of the things that are not talked about, you wish somebody would talk about them. Or you kind of have your own things that you can actually implement into your own videos should you choose to start your own YouTube channel. But I don't want anybody to come here, how can I say this? I don't want anybody to come to the Philippines thinking that it's all going to be one way and it'd be a completely different way. I think that's really my message today, because I've had a lot of guys who have shared in negative experiences and they just weren't prepared for negative experiences. They were under the assumption that it was all going to go well. It was all going to go right. And when it all went left, they just didn't feel right after, you know? And again, it's deterred people from coming back to the country. I know a lot of guys who swear off the country now. I know a lot of guys that say, you know what, like my man's in them. He's like, yo, man, I know what not to do next time. Again, it's a live and learn experience, people. And I want you to live it and I want you to experience it. You can experience it through my eyes, yes, through a couple of vlogs that I put out. But again, there's always, sometimes I feel, and I'm gonna leave you with this note, sometimes I feel that a lot of your vloggers don't put out everything. I'm not gonna say that I put out everything in reference to what I talk about, yes, but sometimes you got those vloggers, man, they just don't tell you the real. Like, they don't give you the bad side of it. They show you everything that's good and focus only on the good. So when things get bad, you really don't know how to respond to it. They don't teach you. I'm sorry, I got to change hands. They don't teach you how to respond to the bad. They show you all the good. Oh, your beautiful Filipina can be like this. She can be like that. She is this, she is that, she is the bee's knees, she's everything. But when they don't teach you how to respond to that, what you supposed to do then, playboy? What you supposed to do then? Just try to figure it out on your own, right? And again, a lot of us are pretty crafty and nifty on our feet, so we can pretty much figure out a couple of things whenever they happen. But sometimes, man, some guys are caught like a deer in headlights, people. Some people are caught like a deer in headlights. They're like, well, what am I supposed to do now? And again, they do come to me and they might ask me those questions, which is awesome. I appreciate you if you trust me enough to give you sound advice. But the Philippines is a live and learn experience. If I've honestly never gone through the experience or never known anybody to go through the experience, it's going to be hard for me to tell you how to respond to the experience. Sometimes you might just have to live and learn on your own, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what I want to encourage. Guys, don't be afraid to come out here. Do your research, do your due diligence. But again, everything that I say on this channel may not be exactly how it's going to go for you. So I want you to take some advice if you choose to. But at the end of the day, pimping. Do you, man. Understand, Doc is just here to provide not necessarily a template or a foundation, but I'm here to provide you with the information that I possibly can. Any questions, comments, concerns, you leave them down in the comment section below because Doc will answer them the best of his ability. Back here in the United States, bruh, it's wild, man. I just found out that they haven't implemented mandatory wearing a mask out in public. So it's about to get on and popping real fast. And I think it's a good thing. Everybody's required to wear a mask. I got mine in the car, so I will likely get mine on later. People are selling fireworks. Guys, you do know July 4th is coming up. I'm trying to figure out what the hell beeping. Anyway, that's been my time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm starting to get hot. But I want you to know Doc is here for you. I want you to know I got you. So y'all do what y'all gotta do. But remember, Philippines is a live and learn experience. Everything that goes on in my life may not go on through yours, okay? It has been fun. It has been real. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV is out. Love you guys, sincerely. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.